Today we're going to look at the gold label McFarlane Toys Supergirl figure. The only problem is this isn't my figure, it's my daughter's, and she insisted in being in the video today. So we're going to do this review together.
Hello.
As far as I'm aware, McFarlane Toys have only released two Supergirl figures, one from the Injustice video game series and the one from the latest Flash movie. This is the only one they've released in the classic blue and red outfit, and it just so happens to be my daughter's favourite version of Supergirl, and mine actually.
Before we open it, I'd like to show you the back of the box because it has this really good illustrated picture of Supergirl in it, and I think it looks really cool, and it does look a lot like the figure that comes with it.
There is one difference I've noticed. In the picture she's wearing knee-high boots. The figure is actually wearing these kind of strange full-length boots that go all the way up. We'll get into that when we open the figure.
Yeah, because you can see that there isn't any skin and it's just really long boots.
So shall we crack it open?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. There is an easier way to do this. You just put that there, and we simply... And that's how you do it. And here she's out of the box, and before we go any further, let's bring that camera forward and take a closer look at the figure. Okay, so here's what you actually get in the box. You get the standard McFarlane trading card, which you get with all the action figures, with a nice picture of Supergirl, which is actually on the back of the box. You get this flight stand, which you don't see enough of in the McFarlane figure lines, which I actually like. I think that is a great inclusion. I wish they would do this more often. And of course you get the normal stand that you can stand Supergirl on if you want her in a standing pose. And then we have the actual figure itself, which I quite like. I think it is a very nice figure, but I do have my gripes with it. There are a few things that I don't like about it. Number one, straight off, is the boots. I don't like how the boots go all the way up into the skirts.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people noticed that immediately when they saw the figure, because I was looking at the comments of this figure on Instagram and I saw a lot of people saying how they don't like the boots. They wish that they could see like the boots like just knee high, not all the way up. Yeah,
like the traditional Supergirl image. Even on the card here, she's not got the boots going all the way up, so I'm not sure if this was a mistake. But yeah, it's not a massive gripe. You know, I think the figure does still look good, but it does kind of ruin it a little bit. I have heard of a few people thinking about doing a kit bash with a Wonder Woman figure that's coming out quite soon, because she has red boots on and you could swap the legs over and have the traditional looking Supergirl.
Originally, I thought the cape would be plastic and not cloth, but I actually like how it's cloth, because if people want to do like some cool videos on it, they could put a fan and make the cape blow in the wind, or they could do a stop motion video if they wanted to. So I thought that was a good touch to it.
That is a good idea. Recently, McFarlane have been releasing figures with these cloth capes, especially the Batman movie line. They all have cloth capes, and I think it is a very good idea. For years I've been wanting figures with just the cloth capes instead of the plastic moulded ones, and sometimes I do think the plastic moulded ones look quite good, but I am more inclined to like the cloth capes more than the plastic moulded ones.
I also like the hair on it because the moulding is really good and lifelike, and like I said, they use two different colours of blonde for the hair to make it look more realistic, and I can see the shading where it's supposed to be darker and lighter, and I thought that was a good touch.
Yeah, it looks like they've dry brushed a bit of white in there as well, doesn't it, to give every strand that individual look. And I think this hairstyle on Supergirl is the best one, hands down. The suit as well. The suit, like I said, apart from the boots, the suit is the iconic blue and red with the gold belt in the middle. And I think it's possibly one of the best Supergirl figures we've had since the DC Icons figure. And being 100% honest, in my opinion, I do still prefer this one over this. But that doesn't mean that this one isn't good. I think this one just outweighs it in every way.
I think hers better on this one. That one's
on
more
which one?
golden. This one.
On this one.
This hair has more blonde hair, and that one's a bit more golden hair.
There's just something very special about this figure. The only problem I have with this figure is the weak ankles, which McFarlane do have as well, but these seem to have more weakness in the ankles than McFarlane, and this one is forever falling down. In fact, when I display it, I normally have her just sat on the edge of the shelf.
Yeah, like we've just been trying to get her to stand up properly, and she won't stand up. And when we do, it looks like she's looking down, so you can't really see her face. But I also like kind of giving her like a side fringe. I like that as well. On the back of her cape, you can't really see it because of her, but she has an S. But on this one, it doesn't have an S on the back of the cape. So, and the cape's also plastic, like what we talked about before.
Like I said before, you get this flight stand with the figure as well, which is a nice little addition. I think if you're going to have a Supergirl figure or a Superman figure, they look a hell of a lot better when they're in a flight pose. So this was a very nice thing to see in the box, and considering this figure was only £20 and they give you a free flight stand as well, and these things are not cheap if you want to buy them separately, the value for money is astounding, it really is. So, shall we put her in the flight stand?
Yes,
Do you think we can do that sweet transition? Should we do it together? 1, 2, 3, magic.
So, as you can see, she looks a lot better in the flying pose than she did when she was on this. Because you can't really have a Supergirl or Superman figure and put them in a pose where they're not flying, because that's like their main power, to fly.
You could have some iconic poses like stood like that, but they do look a lot better when they're actually in flight. And I actually like the material cape, and you was just saying, weren't you, that you could actually put a fan on it as well and have it blowing for some artistic shots. Articulation wise, she's got the normal articulation in the wrists, the elbows, the shoulder joints. She's got articulation here around the waist. The legs have got the double jointed joints around the knees. She's got the articulation around the boots, even on the toe caps as well. Just the great articulation that we have come to expect from McFarlane Toys. They really are, in my opinion, a real contender for some of the more high-end, more expensive figures out there. I really, really do like McFarlane. Okay, before we finish today's video, we're going to look at the McFarlane Supergirl figure next to some of our favourite Supergirl figures. First of all, the DC Icons Supergirl figure, which I've just mentioned, and I'm holding her up by the ankle because she's just going to fall. The second figure is the Golden Age Supergirl figure. And then we have
my personal favourite, Supergirl from the animated series.
And these, in our opinion, are the best Supergirl figures you can get.
If you liked today's video, please consider leaving a like or even subscribing if you really liked it. And also, please comment which one of these figures is your favourite.
Until next time, see you soon.
Bye.